Today I'm here at the Arlington Gardens. I've come here to sketch from life and do another piece in my illustrated journal. The Matilla poppies are my favorite flower to paint, and so I figured I would use that for today's lesson, looking at reflective light and color and how to paint florals. The flowers are very tall right now, and we're coming towards the end of the season, but they're still in abundance. When I'm looking at these shapes, almost all the time there's 5 to 6 petals. The large flower that's on the inside is where the penstemon is, where all the color. So I love to get a few photographs at all the different angles, not just straight on. Right now the plant is so high, it's really hard to get great photos looking down into them, so this little one I'm going to take with me. So when I'm looking at the flower, the main thing I'm looking at right now is the shape inside. There's wonderful shadows from the center little penstemon, the ball, and there's this bright orange, this kind of powder that's dropping away. That's part of the blooming process. The center has a little tiny green penstemon in it, but more importantly, I'm looking at the shape of the shadows and the delicateness of the petals. They're delicate in first appearance, but they are resilient. They are my favorite flower because they return year after year through fires and droughts. There's a strength that I totally relate with. Even though they look delicate, they are strong. So I'm looking at the shape of the leaves as they grow away from the stalk. It's always easier to draw from life than from photographs, so I always like to come out and look at it in person, because that really helps what I do back in the studio once I see it from life. So I'm going to put in a few more of the longer sets of leaves as they come down. I like variety of shapes and sizes. This one comes across and behind. And I look up here. I see another stalk behind. Still using continual line contour drawing. Picking up my pen, my yellow pit marker pen when I need to, but trying to keep it on the paper as long as I can. I just want to get enough information down. I'm not concerned about getting the whole painting. I just want to lay it out, get it drawn, because I'm going to finish it back in the studio. But I'd much rather draw from life, observe from life, and the information that I take from being here, taking photographs here, will serve me back in the studio. I'll remember what I just saw. So I've got the majority of it drawn. I will finish out the design when I get back to the studio again. But at this point, I'm happy with the drawing. There's enough information for me. I have the pods, I have the leaves, I have the flowers in the different stages. But before I leave, I always take 1 or 2 more photos, because the shadows change really quick. And I love to record them here, because I know I'm not going to get the same information from a photograph, but it's still enough information to show the shape. that's going on. And what I see in reality as far as the color, the reflective color and light, I'm just going to remember. But I'm going to take a couple more photos. And also taking photos of the leaves, not just the flower, but the patterns of the leaves is really helpful. So I always take pictures of the leaves and how they join the stalk before I go back to the studio.